Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today let's take a look at the 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Summit. This model is finished off in bright white and with several options. MSRP is just over $72,000. So if you're looking for a luxury focused 3-row SUV without going to the Grand Wagoneer, which is a much larger vehicle, and you need something a little bit larger than the Cherokee, this is a perfect in between. Now, this model here is powered by the 2-liter Hurricane 4-cylinder turbo. It's paired to the 8-speed automatic, pumps out 324 horsepower, 332 pound-feet of torque. Sent through that 4-wheel drive system, this will do 0 to 60 in around 7 seconds. And as far as fuel economy goes, you're looking at 20 in the city and 25 out on the highway. Now, as we move on to the exterior styling, you'll notice this model has the forward camera. There's also the traditional Jeep grille with all the gray accents, which work their way to the lower section of the headlight housings. Everything is LED, and they have a dark design to match the rest of the front end. Now, there's also a sensor for distance pacing, all of the parking sensors too, and tons of cutouts to provide additional cooling. Now, this model is also equipped with the height adjustable suspension, so ground clearance can raise up to just shy of 11 inches. This also has the 21-inch wheels finished off in gray to match the rest of the accents. You'll notice body-colored fender flares and the lower side skirt there to give it a great look. Grand Wagoneer's in the lower section, and then everything up top is gloss black. The power folding side mirrors, which have a camera and a turn signal, and the roof racks as well, and then this has a full moonroof up top. Now, being a 3-row SUV, it has really nice proportions and lines flowing to the back section here, where this also has the digital camera system for the rear view mirror. There's the third brake light, the wiper blade, LEDs for the lighting, backup camera and parking sensors, and this 4-cylinder can tow around 6,200 pounds, which is pretty impressive for this model. It also has a remote start, so you can use the key fob, of course, to activate that, and then you'll just hold on that control in order to shut it off. Now, you can use the key fob or the release underneath to gain access to the cargo space. Now, with this being a 3-row SUV and the 3rd row up, look at how much space you have behind. So you can still place in some items. You have this drain plug here that you can remove as needed. You get some storage there. Now, the 3rd row is automatic. So you just push on that control and you can have it go down. If the 2nd row is in the way for some reason, you can just push on that control, and that's how you can fold that down. Now, the 2nd row is going to be manual to put back up, but you can quickly put up the 3rd row. And then you have the control on that left side there to lower the lift gate. Now, this has proximity door handles, so you can grab all 4 to lock and unlock it. Where this has the beige interior, there's also the Macintosh audio. You get storage down below, the manual sunshade, very nice wood trim accents. And then with the captain's chairs here, you can easily flip that back up. They do move forwards and backwards. And then you have the release here in order to push the seat out of the way. Now, this only has 2 seats in the back, and at 5'10", I could ride around town if I really needed to. You get a cup holder, auxiliaries, you have a vent. There's also 2 controls for the 2nd row seating, so you can adjust those. You get a little bit of storage, and then alcantara for the headliner. Now, at my height, I have about 2 inches or so of headroom, so I could ride around town. Leg space is going to be a little bit limited, as you would expect, but it is spacious nonetheless. You also have access to storage in that center compartment there, so you can place in some items from that 3rd row. And then as we hop in, this also has the TV systems in the back, which is an option. You have storage pockets, you get heated and ventilated seats, temperature, fan speed, your vents, all of the auxiliaries too. There's cup holders, you even get storage with some remote controls for those. And of course, I have a good bit of headspace with the captain's chairs here up front. And then up front, this model also has the massaging seats. There's memory seating adjustments, your window controls, mirror adjustments, and more storage. And then Summit is an illumination, and you have a very nice design for the front seats. Now, this is how you start it up. And this has a leather trim steering wheel. There's paddle shifters, volume and tuning, cruise control settings with steering assist and distance pacing. On the left side, you have some Bluetooth controls, and then you can also go through the digital gauge cluster. Now, there are quite a lot of settings that you can get into, just depending on what you like to see. This model also has the optional night vision. You have different settings here under vehicle information, trip information, the navigation will pop up. You also have some off-road settings, so you can monitor all of this, including the differentials. There's audio, messages, you have screen setup, so you can configure all of this as needed. And then there's also the head-up display. Now you also have a few different settings where you can get into this information here and pull it all up at once, which is neat to see. And then on the left side, there's the e-brake, headlight and fog light adjustments, some dimmer switches. You get wood trim with one air vent, leather for the dash. There's vents in the middle, and then engine start stop, lane keeping assist, traction control, hazards, parking sensors, parallel parking, and you can shut your passenger screen on and off. Now within the infotainment system, the home screen has some widgets here that you can get through as needed. You can also get into your media, pull up all of the climate information, so you can get into the heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, or you can just use those controls on both sides. And then you have even the massaging seats too. So you can turn these on, go through all that information, and you can even get into the rear climates as well. Now you can also pull up the navigation, get into your phone when that's paired. Under vehicle, you have a lot of settings that you can get into as needed. There's different controls here. You can look at the family cam, so you can look at the third row and the second row as well. You have your forward-facing camera, the screens, even all of the ambient lighting. So you can customize that as needed. You can get into dashboard, go to the off-road pages, where you can look at your suspension, your select terrain, there's pitch and roll, various gauges, and then you can even look at your differentials and steering angle. And you can also get into the GPS trail logs and record and monitor where you have been. So that way you can use those again as needed. And then there's several apps to get into as well. So you can scroll through these different categories here depending on what you need to use. Now there's also volume and tuning, and then a separate control panel for the climates. So you have fan speed, temperature, where you'd like the air to go. There's also a little bit of storage underneath where you have lots of auxiliaries and wireless charging. You have the height adjustment for the suspension, and then the different modes from sport, auto, snow, sand, mud, and rock. There's a four-wheel drive low, a downhill assist, and then with the camera system, you have quite a lot of visibility. So you can go through these angles as needed and even pull up your forward camera as well. So you have quite a lot of visibility throughout this. Now there's cup holders, you can hide those away. You get two areas of storage with more auxiliaries, locking glove box. For the passenger screen, once we turn this on, you can look at audio, video, HDMI, you have Uconnect, navigation, and devices. You can get into cameras, different settings, and various controls for the screen system, along with headphones. Now this also has the digital rear view mirror. You have a few different settings to go through. There's a sunglass holder, dome lights, rear liftgate, safety controls, and then the sunshade and sunroof and garage door buttons as well. And then here's a look at visibility, where it's pretty easy to see over both shoulders. And still in sport mode, second gear, here we go. And like I said, as we get up to speed, definitely a good bit of power. I don't think it's underpowered for this turbo engine and the weight of the vehicle. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the Grand Cherokee. Definitely a great place to be. The head-up display also shows your miles per hour speed limit sign, and then it will show some of the adaptive information when you have your cruise control on and activated. But like I said, a great place to be. Very comfortable too. The seats are nice. The massaging seat is a nice function to have. If you want a very well-equipped family SUV with more of that luxury aspect to it, this is a great option to go with, and it can handle well. While it's not something to take corners quick, you can at least take this on some adventures. You can take it off the pavement. You can adjust your height too. You can tow some things with this. It's a pretty well-rounded and versatile SUV that has a good bit to offer. As far as road noise and wind noise goes, I've been out on the highway. It's definitely a great place to be. Very comfortable, as you would expect. And I am impressed with how it handles for its weight. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Summit. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads, and I will see you all in the next video.